Hi, I'm live. Also, let's hope that the technology does not crash on me. Ian, do you know what happened last week?
The computer farted.
Oh, it did something. Can you entertain them? My daughter's decided to call me right now.
Okay, cool. Sounds good. Cool story, bro. Hi, everyone. How's everybody doing? Yeah, so Becca hit 60,000 subscribers. How cool is that? That's pretty awesome. Hi, everyone. Sorry, randomly thrown into the spotlight because, you know, family obligations and stuff like that. How's everybody doing? How is everybody doing? I am good. Good to see all of you here. I hope everybody's having a great Friday. It is the end of the week. And oh, she changed her buttons. I'm sorry. I'm just seeing that she changed her. There's icons on the buttons, and she's changed hers. So, yeah. So Becca hit 60,000 subscribers. So thank you to all of you for subscribing. And I wasn't expecting to be on camera, so here we are. Yeah. So how's everybody doing? What's going on? Hi, Deb. Good to see you. Melody's here. I think I saw Jonathan. Yep, Josh is here, I think. I think I saw Jonathan as well. And yeah, we're hoping you don't fall out of the chair. Well, it was a funny story, actually, because moments before she hit the live button, the phone that controls the camera that you're looking at right now wasn't working. And so she was like, hey, can you go type in the code to get it to work? And I did, and then I fell. So...
And he killed a box.
And I killed a box. So there we go. Okay.
Teenagers.
Back to regular schedule.
Can my
program.
friend come over and spend the night tomorrow night?
That's what my daughter sounds like, apparently. The answer to that was yes. And they like your haircut.
Oh, good.
Or maybe
Excellent.
they like my haircut.
Or maybe it's your haircut. I don't know.
I
don't know.
All right, so let's
Back on
start
track.
this again. Back on track, my goodness. So last week when we did our live stream, I got to the part in the live stream where I wanted to share screens, and the whole computer said, you know what, I'm tired of you. And it just kind of quit. And so I think I was able to tell you guys that I was just going to end it, but I don't think that the audio was working at the end of the live stream by the time it got to that. So I just had to cut it quits. But I did buy a new computer. I didn't want to because technically this one still works, but it's struggling to keep up with all the technology that I'm using to create content. And I realized, Ian, that this laptop is 7 years old.
I know. Macs run forever.
It does.
Like.
It still has a lot of life in it.
Yep.
Just not for what I'm trying to do because, you know, technology, cameras, software has all gotten bigger and more powerful, and I need a computer that's going to step up. So that new computer will probably be here next week sometime. So hopefully, and I won't be live next week because I'll be in Gaston with Ian and a bunch of our friends.
Yeah.
So in 2 weeks when we come back, I should have all of my technology situation set up, ready to go. Should be able to show you all 3 cameras and even share screens and do show and tell, which I've not been able to do successfully for a while. So I want to get back into that.
Yeah.
All right, so tonight we are going to be working on a free pattern called, dun, 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 Moment of Truth. I hope this is, okay, good, it looks good. This is called the Layer Cake Custard quilt pattern. It is a shortcut quilt from Fat Quarter Shop. It is free, you can download it. I put the link to the pattern in the description box, so you can just pop down there and get the link if you want to work on it. I am going to start cutting up my fabric and doing all the things for this. Ian is working on his sample for our Alaska quilt.
Yeah.
So he's going to be kind of over there. You may hear him working on the Juki, but I'll be over here and we'll just have a little bit of a chit chat while we're putting stuff together. Feel free to sew along with me. If you are doing this, you're going to need 1 layer cake, but you only need 35 of the squares from that layer cake. And then you're going to need 3.5 yards of a background fabric. And so these are the fabrics that I have chosen to use. I have got a layer cake called Kindred from One Canoe 2. It's for Moda Fabrics. I haven't even opened it yet, but we're going to do that tonight. And then I have this really pretty tone on tone, which is kind of hard to see. There you got a little bit of it. It's a pretty tone on tone that I think will go nicely with that. So I'm just going to get started on this. We're going to open up the layer cake because that's the first step to committing. And then I'm going to pull out 35 pieces that I want, or, which would probably be easier, 7 that I don't.
There you go.
So I'm going to focus on the 7 that I don't because that's a lot easier than picking out 35 that I do.
Not that one.
Now I know because my background is white, I'm going to try to limit the whites because there's not going to be a lot of contrast between the background and those fabrics. So that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So those 5 I know right off the bat I'm not going to work with. I need to get rid of, what did I say, like 8 altogether?
7?
7.
7.
So I just need to get rid of 2 more. So I'm just going to flip through here, and rather than trying to mosey through and pick out the ones that I love the most and don't love the most, I think I'm just going to pick out my least favorite color from this pack, which is probably this yellow, although that makes a really good blender. So we'll skip past that. Oh, I like that one. Oh, I like that one. Oh, I like that one. Oh, this is problematic.
Uh-oh.
This is a problem. Okay, you know what? We're just going to pull out these 2 yellows because while they're gorgeous, I would rather have the florals and the strawberries than the polka dotted ones. And I can save those for a bowl cozy or something.
There you go.
All right. So these are the 35 that I am going to use. And I've got a nice sturdy piece of cardboard in here that I could save for a template.
There you go. That's a good idea.
Like
I never know what to do with those cardboard pieces, so that's a good idea.
I can show you. Come here. Come here. I can show you something you can do with them.
What?
Well, he's mid-fall.
You know what? I'm just gonna sit here. I'm just gonna sit here.
Cool story, bro.
Gonna sit.
Cool story, bro.
I'm just gonna sit here.
All right, I'm gonna put that over there. Looks like we have got Donna from Handmade by Ying in the chat. Hello,
Hi,
Donna.
Hello.
Danielle Allen is here. Jennifer Turney is here.
Hello.
Rhonda Newbolt 9110 is here. She says, "Hi, Becca and Ian. I'm a new member."
Hello.
Hello. Donna's laughing at you falling.
Well, kind of par for the course, unfortunately. That was almost the second fall of today.
Sally says, "Hi, Becca. Hi, Ian. I'm sorry I've missed your live shows, although I've watched the replays. College basketball is my Christmas time."
That's fair.
Cool story, bro.
That's hey. Hey. Be nice.
We've got M. Smith from Texas. Heather, the debt-free quilter, is here. She said, "I knew it was just a matter of time."
Yeah. I haven't seen Heather in a long time. It's been a while, Heather.
Yeah. Feel like we just get into our whole mindset of like doing all the things that we need to do.
Yep.
Okay, so I'm not going to starch my fabric because the layer cake is going to be separated into 2 piles. It's going to be 10-inch squares untouched, and we're going to add fabric around all 4 sides. And then it's going to be pieces that we're going to cut down to 4.5 inches squared. Now, I could, for the ones that I was cutting down to 9.5 or 4.5 inches squared, I only need 9 inches by 9 inches out of the 10-inch squares. And for that one, I could definitely starch. But if I starch that and I don't starch the 10 inches, then I'm just going to end up with some wonkiness and a mess. So I'm not going to starch anything. I'm just going to start sewing. So I'm going to set these aside and I'm going to cut out some of my background. Now I'm going to let you know I am not cutting everything tonight on air because I want to get to the part where I'm sewing. So I'm going to cut out enough fabric to be able to show you a couple of blocks, and then I'll start cutting more fabric, and then off screen, probably at retreat, I will finish putting this together. And then when we come back together in 2 weeks, I'll show you what at least the quilt top looks like. I want to get back kind of into that rhythm where I'm taking time to show you the finished quilt after I get through it. I don't know if I want to take a full month to get through those. I like the idea of breaking it into like 1 or 2 sessions, so we'll see how that goes. I just feel like taking the same project over the course of 4 or 5 weeks is getting to be a little much. For some of you, maybe not as good of sewing as you would like, and I feel like we can all do a sew along in a shorter frame of time, and once in a while break it down into like a 6-week project. All right, so to start with, I'm going to look at my background. My background wants me to cut C, D, E, F, and G, and these are all going to be different pieces. To start with, though, to make my 4 patches, I need some 4-inch squares.
4.
Or 4.5-inch squares. So I am going to cut a 4.5-inch strip by width of fabric, and then I will subcut this down into some 4.5-inch squares. I'm actually going to cut a couple of these because I know that I'm going to need more than one width. And while I'm doing that, I would like to ask Ian if he's ever heard of F and F.
F and F?
Yeah, F and F.
I've heard of H and H.
Yeah. So F and F, which I don't think most of us know about, is a fabric and fiber festival in Chicago that happens just before H&H. And they have got a ton of different things there, including over 200 classes.
Oh my.
80 of which are quilting classes.
Oh wow.
And do you know who has some quilting classes there? I think. Don't quote me on this, but I feel like Carolina has them. Carolina Moore.
Oh yeah.
So I want to give you all a shout out. If you are in the Midwest and you're looking for something to do, I don't know what the dates are. You can look it up. It's F+F Festival. It's in Chicago. It is the week before H&H. It is open to everybody. Feel free to go check that out. And oh, by the way, while you're at it, Carolina is like 1,000-ish subscribers away from hitting that coveted 100K subscriber mark, and she would love your support. So if you don't know who she is, just type Carolina Moore into YouTube. You'll find her, and then you can just click that little subscribe button, and she would appreciate that. And for everybody that's here that has a YouTube channel, I don't know if it's working. I'm going to double check. We're going to see if we can get the selfie command working really quick, and that way you can promote your channels too. So just give me a minute while I open up my bot. It's been a little finicky lately, but I want to give you guys a chance to give yourselves that shout out. So
Selfie. It's not working for me. Selfie. Selfie.
Stop it, Ian.
Oh.
You're gonna get my cardboard upside your head. Full story, bro. Did I miss if you showed last week's blocks? Sorry if you already covered it. What? Last week I was working on a bag, so I'm not sure what you're
And no, the bag's not
looking for. And no, the bag's not done yet. Okay, the cloud bot is on. Can somebody type exclamation selfie? It looks like that is enabled. I just want to see if it's working. This will give me a chance to troubleshoot if it's not. So just anybody can type exclamation selfie. Let's just see if that's giving the command that I want it to give.
Is it giving life?
We'll find out. Lifting and stitching. Hey, Josh.
Hey, Josh.
He typed it in for me. Heather did it. I'm not seeing. Oh, there it goes. Okay, good. It's working again. So
Yay.
For all of you who have socials on YouTube and you'd like people to check out your content, just go ahead and type in exclamation selfie. The chat will spam your name and a link to your channel. People can click on that. They can bookmark the link. They can hit subscribe and they can check you out in their free time. All right, so I have got a few of these strips cut out at 4.5 inches wide. My next step is going to be to separate my 35 squares into 2 different piles. So I need 17 that are going to be fabric A. And that fabric A in this quilt pattern is going to be these big blocks of color. Oh, by the way, do you guys notice anything a little different here? Does anybody notice anything a little different here? Mm-hmm. Flash, 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 flash. So my husband and I celebrated 17 years. That our anniversary was last week. Hey, Carolina, she's here. Oh, we celebrated 17 years, and that was part of what our trip to New York was this weekend, or this past week was our anniversary. And so we've been together for 20, married for 17, and I've got a new ring because the one I had doesn't fit me anymore. So now I've got one that does. Heather said, a little blingy, are we? Yes, I know. Isn't it pretty? I love it. I also even got my nails done. What? Okay, as I was, we're going to pick out 17
That
squares.
ADHD is
Listen,
strong today.
I took my ADHD meds. It's just going to take a while to kick in. All right, so for the 10-inch squares, I want to pick out the ones that have big prints because I think that's going to show them off better. So I'm just going to start creating a pile of my big prints versus my not so big prints, and then we'll see if I have 17, and if I don't, then we'll go into the stack. So I've got kind of like the maybe pile over here, I've got the no pile there, and I've got the definitely pile here.
Oh no.
What'd you do?
I'm not sewing.
You're sewing.
I'm pre-drilling.
Pre-drilling. Cool story, bro. Thank you. Everybody's telling me the ring's gorgeous.
It's pretty. It's very shiny.
It is very pretty. It is
oh,
very
I
pretty.
did run out of bobbin. That's exactly what happened.
I'm glad it's better than you than me. I ran out of bobbin last week.
Wah, wah.
I was like, okay, that's a good time to end.
That's a sign we should.
Or maybe that was a week before. I don't remember.
Oh. Uh-oh.
Well, if you're not falling, you're throwing stuff. Come on now.
Apparently. I don't know where it went. Oh, there it is. I found it.
Oh, I'm so excited to leave on Wednesday.
I know.
It's going to be great.
I can't wait to spend time with friends. Sewing.
And you don't have a unicorn costume anymore.
No, I do not.
So we don't have to worry about that.
No unicorns
Falling through the door
over.
with a unicorn. Although I really want that onesie. Do you guys have you seen on social media the onesies? They're like a one-piece thing and it's got a hood, but the hood looks like a monster and it comes with a giant comb.
Yep.
I want one of those so bad.
I have seen that. I do have that unicorn onesie. I don't have the inflatable costume anymore, but I do have the onesie.
Okay, let's see. 2, 4,
6, 8. Who do we
8,
appreciate?
10, 12, 14. So I need 3 more. I'm going to grab 1. I love those strawberries. So I'm going to pull, I only have 3, the strawberries are only in 3 colorways. So I'm going to pull 1 of each of the colorways and that'll get me to 17. 2. 3. So these, all of these 10-inch squares are going to stay completely whole and they will be sewn, they will have borders sewn around them and then sewn into the quilt block to block to block. So we're just going to stack these in a different pile. Now, Jonathan says, I won chicken bobbin on the long arm twice in one day this week.
Dang.
Not to brag. I think you need to go play the lottery.
Right?
2, 4, 6, 7. I only have 1. Okay, 7, 9. So I have 9 here. I need 9 more. Let's make sure I got it. That's 10, 12, 14, 16, 18. Perfect. Bam! We got it. Judy says, hello, Becca and Ian. So good to join you tonight. Better later than never. I agree.
Absolutely.
Still getting comments about the ring. Thank you. I know. It's great. It's great. It's pretty.
It is pretty. Very shiny.
You know what else is great? This bottle of water that I am jonesing for right now. Yes, it is closable, so it doesn't spillable. All right. So from the back, these are the ones I'm not cutting. So let me just put them over here before I cut them by accident. We're going to cut all of these at once. Not all of them at once, but we're going to do some batch cutting. And so what I'm going to do is grab stacks of about 4, and I'm going to cut them at the same time. I've got a little bit of wiggle room on this, so I'm okay if I don't have them perfectly lined up because we're going to have about an inch we're taking off. So this is a 10-inch square. From each of these, it says that I need to cut 4.5-inch squares. So I'm going to start by cutting two 4.5-inch strips out of this. There's one. And here is two. Now, when I did that first cut, I actually made sure that the edge of my fabric was a little bit past the 4.5-inch line, and I made my cut. And now I'm going to turn that around and put that fresh cut right on the 4.5-inch line, and then sail through all of those pieces. And then those are going to be trash, or if you're glutton for punishment, they're going to go in your scrap bin. It's totally your choice. And then I'm going to turn it this way. I'm going to do the same thing. I'm going to cut 4.5 inches, but this time when I line up my ruler, I am going to make sure that the straight edges that I just made are on a line on the ruler. It doesn't matter which one, they just have to be on a line. That tells me that I'm cutting these perfectly square. And I'm going to make sure I've got a little bit extending past that 4.5-inch mark. I'm not going all the way to 5.5 inches though, because I know that I'm going to need that. And then over here, we will cut these at 4.5 inches. Now, if you have an AccuQuilt or some other tool that can make this process a little less tedious for you, be my guest. I do not, so this is what I'm using. And then once those are cut, I will just stack them up over there. Actually, Ian, you do have an AccuQuilt, don't you?
I do indeed.
Do you have a 4.5-inch square die?
I'm not sure if I do.
By the time you went and got it, I probably have all these cut.
Right. You're usually pretty quick on cutting fabric, so.
I am. And you know, I feel like with AccuQuilts, they're great. And if I ever got to the point where I needed to cut like 5,000 of the same piece, I would totally invest.
Yep.
But most of the time, I feel like I can get through things a whole lot quicker.
Mm-hmm. I think for me, what I like about the AccuQuilt is it like takes off the corners of the
When you're doing
triangles
the
and
triangles?
stuff. Yeah, takes off the corners, so it makes it easier when you're trying to do like flying geese or you know things like that.
Mary's here. Hello, Mary.
Hey, Mary.
What does everybody have planned for Easter? That's this weekend. Can you
is.
believe it?
I know.
When did that happen?
I don't know.
I feel like I just blinked and we were at QuiltCon and now we're not.
Yep. Yep. For sure.
Speaking of QuiltCon, have you made a decision as to whether you're going for Atlanta?
Yeah, I'm gonna go.
Yeah. I
Yep.
know you were up in the air about it. You were thinking you weren't going to go.
Yeah, I was thinking that I wasn't gonna go because we have a lot going on next year, and so I was like, oh, I won't go. But after seeing this year's experience and how important it was and how much fun it was, I'm definitely thinking it is important for me to go, so I will be going.
Good. I'm glad.
Yeah, me too.
Was pretty sure I was going to go no matter
Yeah.
what. But I wasn't sure if I was going to go for the whole thing or fly in like on a Friday night.
Right,
so
right.
that's still TBD.
Yep.
I'm not sure if I'm going to go for all 4 days, but I am definitely going to be there for the Saturday, Sunday.
Mm-hmm.
I might be there for Thursday and Friday as well. We'll see how it all plays out. Hello, Marcia. She said, just popping in to say hi.
Hello.
Deb's asking where Alicia is. She is taking the night off and spending it with her hubs. But she does have a giveaway on my website. So if you guys pop over there, I think the details are in the Facebook group. I think she's sponsoring her own giveaway of some fabric that she is destashing. So if you are interested, you can check out all the details. That was way too many, but I did it. You can check out all the details on my website. She's got a form up there for you.
Don't hurt yourself. gosh, this fabric is going to be so gorgeous when it's all together.
If you guys are curious, he's building out strip sets that look a little bit like the one that is hanging up behind me. This is a sample strip set for what we're going to be doing on the cruise to Alaska, which, by the way, I think we have sold the last seat. I think it is officially booked, we're fully booked. However, I think the guys, the travel agents, Ray and John, are still taking names for a wait list in case something comes up. So if that's something you've been thinking about and you just want to be notified in case there's an opening, I would email them and let them know, and they can let you know if there's a last minute cancellation or something and you'd like to go.
Yeah.
I'd love to have you there.
I'll show you my sample strips here in just a moment.
Okay.
So that way you can see what's going on. Oh, also, I decided I'm going to bump my live stream because I now have plans, thanks to you, on Sunday. So I'm going to bump my live stream to noon so that way I can come over here afterwards and enjoy in the festivities tomorrow.
We are
Sunday.
hosting a day full of Easter celebration. And Ian is welcome, so hey.
So I'm going to go live at noon instead of 2 p.m. So tell your friends who normally join me on Sundays, we're going to go live at noon instead of 2 p.m.
Do you know what I watched on the train on the way home?
The trees go by.
Forrest Gump.
Oh.
And do you know what stuck in my head?
Life is like a box of chocolates?
Nope. Lieutenant Dan,
Oh, geez.
ice cream!
Oh my gosh.
Ice cream, Lieutenant Dan!
Oh my gosh. Oh,
You're
boy.
welcome, everybody. Lieutenant Dan, ice cream. There's shrimp gumbo.
Tom Hanks is
Shrimp
such a great
stew.
actor.
Oh, he's my favorite.
He's
He's
so
my
good.
favorite actor. 100%. I have not seen a single movie that he has been in that I have not liked. And I'm like being completely honest.
My grandparents took me as a child to go see Apollo
Okay.
13.
Oh my gosh, I thought you were going to say Castaway. I was like,
No,
don't make me feel
no.
old.
Apollo 13. Apollo 13.
Oh, speaking of Apollo 13 and all things space, did you watch the rocket launch?
I did not. There was something going on. I don't remember what was happening in that moment. I wasn't able to catch it, but I've seen clips, and they actually released a photo of Earth from the Artemis ship, and it's so cool that we're back in space again. I love it.
I am part of the generation that is forever traumatized
Fair.
with launches.
Yep, I can understand.
We will never watch a rocket launch the same way again.
Oh my gosh. It's terrifying. Rocket launches are terrifying.
Oh, I know. We witnessed it.
Yep.
Third grade.
Yep. It's scary. Space is hard. Space is very hard. Someday I hope to actually go to NASA in Florida and watch a rocket launch happen. Because my parents went and saw the space shuttle take off.
Oh, really?
Yeah. So I want to watch one of the rockets take off in the future.
Oh, Lady Fair Donna said she did not enjoy the Green Mile.
Did not enjoy what?
The Green Mile.
Oh, I haven't watched that one.
It's a good movie, but it is not an enjoyable movie.
Yeah.
But it is a good movie.
I
F
think
and
that-
F, is that the Fisher Farm and Fiber Arts? I think it stands for Fabric and Fiber Festival, but if Carolina's still in the chat, she can give you more details on that.
It's funny that F and F is in front of H and H.
I know! It's alphabetical! All right, I am almost done cutting all of these little squares. I'm just going to cut them as I need them. So for right now, I'm just going to make some 4 patches.
Jeez.
You just throwing stuff
I'm
around
just
over
throwing
there?
stuff everywhere. Goodness gracious.
So for right now, I'm just going to cut these 4.5-inch squares to make some 4 patches. And then once I get to the next step, I will cut some of those up and we'll just keep going. That way I'm not cutting for the entire live stream. I can actually get some sewing in.
You're such a cut up. Oops.
You kidding.
Oh, no.
4.5, yep. Okay. Bing, bang, boom. Fiber and fabric, that's it. It's April 30th to May 3rd for classes. Show floor opens May 1st to May 3rd. Thank you, Carolina. Okay, so to do this the right way, I need 4 of the same fabric. So we're going to use that one first. And 5 of my background. And I want to make sure that these are the right side up because I cut them folded. So that's up now. That's up. This one was down. And that's up. I'm just going to go ahead and change this whole stack so they're right side up so I don't have to second guess that later. And now we're going to lay this out in a 4-patch orientation so that our plus that's being made is actually the background fabric. This is going to go 1 in the center and then 2 on the sides and then 1 on the bottom, and then we're going to fill in with our background. And we're going to sew all of this together. Ah, Katie just gifted a membership to the YouTube channel. Thank you, Katie.
Oh, that's nice.
So I'm just going to sew this like a 9-patch. So I'm picking up each piece and I'm putting the right sides together with the one that's right next to it. I'm taking it over to my sewing machine and I am sewing with 1/4 inch. And that just means I'm lining up the edge of my fabric with the edge of my presser foot. And I'm doing that because I know that on my particular machine, the edge of my presser foot is exactly where I need to line up my fabric to get a good 1/4 inch. But yours might be different. So just feed it in wherever you need it to be. Just kind of keep in mind that this is really, it is forgiving. Like if you're off a hair or two, it's going to be okay. Don't
Oh my gosh, this
stress
is
about
so
it.
stiff.
So the fabric that we're using for our strip sets, we starched the Verushka way. And if anybody doesn't know, Verushka from Pride and Joy Quilting, I took a class with her last year in Phoenix. Loved it. Great class. Wonderful teacher. If you ever have a chance, highly recommend. But she was talking through her method for starching fabric, and she soaks her fabric in... she used to use Stayflow or Staflow, but that's been discontinued. So she uses this product called LINIT, and it's 1 part water, 1 part starch. And she dunks it in there, lets it sit for 15 minutes, and then dries it. And we did that because we were like, oh, I don't want any stretch when I'm doing this. We're sewing with cardboard, basically.
We are. We really are. It is freaking cardboard.
And it's great. There's no stretch.
There's no stretch in it whatsoever.
No
and
stretch.
Oh my goodness.
People are asking, did I finish the bag? No, I did not, because I was in New York and this is the first time I've sewn since last Friday, actually. Debbie got her package of goodies this week from last Friday's contest. Wonderful.
Nice.
All right, my iron is all heated up, so I'm just going to press these seams over towards the darker fabric. I don't know what the pattern says to do, but I know that in this case, my fabric is always going to nest if I press it towards the darker, but also I'm using white as my background. And if I were to press it underneath the white, then I could have some shadowing, or if any of the fabric frays, if any of the threads start to fray off just a little bit, that could be problematic. So that's why I'm pressing underneath the darker of the 2 fabrics. For anyone that's just come in, thank you for stopping in. I am working on the free pattern from Fat Quarter Shop called Layer Cake Custard Quilt Pattern. It is linked in the description box down below if you want to pick it up. It is definitely beginner friendly, and it's going to make a quilt that will be unless I want to add borders. If I don't add borders, it'll be 63 by 88. That's pretty good.
Ow!
Did you put the fabric in the dryer or dry it another
Air dry.
way? No, we air dried it. But I did wring mine out. And so the problem that I had with that is it left a lot of wrinkles in. And I'm going to tell you, I used Best Press. It didn't get all the wrinkles out the way I wanted it to. I used Flatter. It didn't get all the wrinkles out the way I wanted it to. I tried to steam it. It didn't. But you know what did? Faultless. 100%. This stuff got every last wrinkle out. And I feel like this stuff is cheaper than anything else, any other starch thing on the market. So I bought the heavy finish, Faultless. I bought it in bulk from Moda, so I got a case of like 6 or 8 of these, and I used these to get the wrinkles out of my fabric. Ian
So
wants to show you his strip set, so I'm just
taking
going to
a
step out of
can,
the way.
right? I'm taking a can home when I go home, right?
Yeah, go for it. Yes, please. I've got a whole box of it.
So this is, you see Becca's back behind. This is mine. Let me see. Okay, it's hard to fit it all in the camera, but we've got the purple, and then it goes into the blues, and then it goes into the greens. And then it'll repeat back the opposite way. So
It'll have another purple and blue down below.
Yeah, so that's mine.
Although, you know, Ian, if you wanted to, because you're playing with color.
Yep.
What if you did mirror image? You did blue purple instead of purple blue.
I think that's what I'm doing.
That's not how I have mine set up.
Oh.
It just repeats purple, blue, green, purple, blue.
Yeah.
But for yours, because you're going to do a full blue, I would do a mirror image.
Maybe.
Looks like there is a chat in the question from Marion Endris. Becca, I've tried being, wait, hold on. Let me get this back up here. I've been trying to catch up with you. I took your class on the Becca's Braid Table Runner and made one and I loved it, but now I can't find my pattern. Hey, email me info@sewbecca.com and we will get those details over to you. That's probably something that I should actually write as an actual pattern now. I had written down the instructions and made it kind of exclusive for Sew Yeah when I did that class, but it's been a year or so and I feel like it's okay to now write a pattern for that and put it on the website. So if you could just email me, let me know you're looking for the cutting instructions and you would love it to be a actual pattern that you can grab. That will be a nice reminder for me to work on that over the next few weeks because I have the instructions. I know they worked. I just got to put it together. Becca, that's what I use and I buy it at Walmart. Hello, sometimes you don't need to buy the expensive stuff. That stuff's amazing. And it's cheaper than Best Press. I have learned my lesson. The only thing I don't like about it is it's in an aerosol can. I don't love that. Okay, let's go back to that 2 camera view so you can see this block coming together. Now, once I've got all 3 of these rows sewn together, then we're going to subcut this. And by the way, I did see somebody ask in the chat if I'm using my Acorn Easy Press pen to press the seams. No, for this one I am not, because it's only 2 pieces of fabric. I could if I wanted to. When I'm doing a lot of foundation paper piecing, I tend to get into a muscle memory situation where I'm always applying that pen, the pen, the starch pen. I'm always applying it, but I've not been doing a lot of paper piecing. So now it's only coming out when I have something really thick that I want to get super flat.
Yeah.
By the way, I'm going to now nest my seams. So because I pressed everything underneath these colored fabrics, that means all of my seams are going in opposite directions. And that's going to let me put the bulk up next to each other. So when I put these together, the seams, the bulk of the seams should kiss right up next to each other. And then I can take this over to my sewing machine and sew that with 1/4 inch. Now you can pin where those fabrics come together. Absolutely. I do not. I just hold it down with my finger. And then once the needle gets into that seam, I adjust and line up the next set of seams and hold that with my finger. And then I sew all the way off. Okay. If you are super worried about shadowing, you could press these seams open. You also can just press to one side. That's what I'm doing, just pressing to one side. Shelly says, hi all, I'm late getting here. What is she doing? I am working on this quilt, the Layer Cake Custard quilt pattern. And the link for the pattern is in the description box. This is a free pattern from Fat Quarter Shop. Feel free to grab it. It's super beginner friendly. You're just sewing straight seams. There's no half square triangle units, nothing like that. You're just sewing straight seams, just squares and rectangles. Super easy. Probably something you could do in the course of a weekend. And it only takes 3.5 yards of background fabric and a layer cake. Lori says Niagara spray starch comes in a trigger bottle and it also works really well. Oh, I'll have to give that a shot too. Okay. Now, once my 9 patch is sewn together, then I need to cut it directly in the middle to make 4 units. And then I'll put some negative spacing in these. And each of these should measure 6¼ inches when they are cut. So I'm going to do this. I'm going to see how wide it is. And it looks like we are at about 12.5. So that's good. I'm going to put 6¼ on one edge. I'm nervous about this, but I'm going to cut it. We're going to commit. I'm going to make sure that, oh, actually, that's exactly what I can do. Okay, so I can look for 2 measurements here to make sure that I'm cutting this nice and straight and even. The first one is, I know that the finished size of these squares, the finished width size, is going to be 1/2 inch less than what I cut. And since I cut these at 4.5 inches, that means that these should be 4 inches. So I'm taking, because I'm going to cut it in the middle, I'm going to put the 2-inch mark right along this seam here. And when I do that, this edge of my block should be hitting at 6¼ and for the most part it is. It's a couple threads off up at the top, but that's going to be okay. I'm also going to look to make sure that my lines here are nice and straight on the seams, and that way I know I'm cutting this square. Then I'm just going to put my ruler right through that. If I did that correctly, then this side should measure perfect 6¼ and it sure does. Now I'm going to turn both of these to be 6¼ and we're going to do the same thing that we did before. This is still 2 inches because the finished width here is 4 inches. So I'm going to put that there. And I'm going to put my 2-inch mark right on here. And we're going to cut through that. Now I've got 4 units that are exactly the same. I'm just going to stack these up and I'll put those out of the way. And I need to cut some of my fabric G and F because I haven't cut that yet, and that's going to be for my background fabric. So for fabric G, I need 1.5 inches by 6¼ inches. So I'm going to look all around for my background fabric that I seem to have lost. Oh, here it is. So I'm going to cut a couple of 1.5 inch strips because my fabric G is actually 1.5 inches by 13 inches. So I'm just going to cut I'm going to cut a few 1.5 inch strips because I'm going to need them. So I am cutting a 7.5 inch width. And then from that, I'm going to clean up my edge. And then I will just keep taking 1.5 inches off as I move the ruler over. So right now it is 7.5 inches. If I take 1.5 inches off of that, it now goes down to 6. So I'm putting the 6-inch mark right on that clean line. That should give me a 1.5-inch strip right here. I'm going to move that over a 1.5 to 4.5. And that'll give me another 1.5-inch strip. I'll move that over to 3. I'll move that over to 1.5. And now I've got 5 1.5-inch by width of fabric strips that I can use for my blocks. I know I'm going to need 2 pieces that measure 6 1/4, so I'm just going to go ahead and subcut 4 6 1/4 inch pieces out of this. Right there. I want to cut off the selvage, so I'm not paying attention to the cutting instructions, so this is probably not the most efficient way to cut down, but I want to get to the part where I'm putting these blocks together. And so for that purpose, I am just cutting. I've got plenty of this fabric to go around, so if I need to cut more, I absolutely can. Okay, to put this together, we're also going to need 1 13-inch strip. So I'm going to lay this down on my cutting mat, and I'm going to use the cutting mat to measure this because my ruler is not 13 inches. I'm going to give this a little press to get that crease in the middle laying a bit flatter. I'm going to put the straight line that I cut right on top of one of the lines on the cutting mat, and then I'm going to cut at the 0 mark. Question from Larissa. You talk about the best light box for quilting. I don't know what you're asking. Are you asking me for my recommendation, or are you asking me have I taught? I'm not sure where that's going, but I think you're asking me for my recommendation, and that would be the Caterpillar light box. I love it because it comes with a translucent mat on it that has all of your measuring units like you have on your cutting mat, but you can also cut directly on top of that mat. I absolutely love it.
And she has an affiliate code on her website.
I do actually. I think it'll actually even save you 15% off of the entire site if you're interested.
It does.
This was extra, so I'm going to put that there. This was extra. These are my 6 1/4. All right, so now we're going to put all these back together. So we're going to take our block and lay it out just like we cut it, but we're putting some negative space in here to introduce those pieces that I just cut. So the 6 1/4 inch by 1.5 inch pieces, these are going to go in between the 2 pieces on the top and the 2 pieces on the bottom. I'm just going to make sure that's right side up. That goes like this. This goes up here like this. And then these can be used for another block. I'm going to sew these together. I feel like I'm going hyper speed tonight.
You kind of are.
And I'm okay with that. That trip to New York really was really needed.
Very refreshing.
Oh, I had so much cheesecake.
Oh, yes.
In fact, I didn't have just cheesecake. I had a strawberry cheese pie from Junior's. Do you know what that is?
I do not.
It is a cheesecake in a pie shell topped with strawberries.
That sounds really yummy.
I had it twice. It was so good.
Sounds very yummy.
It was quite yummy.
What was your favorite thing about New York?
Oh, the play, 100% the play.
Yeah.
I love a musical, and I haven't been. We took Zoe to see Beetlejuice in Richmond. That wasn't really my cup of tea because I, quite honestly, am not a huge Beetlejuice fan. So it was a good show. I laughed a little bit, but we had horrible seats, and there's always a point in the movie in Beetlejuice where I'm just like, okay, I'm done with this. And I got to that point with the play.
Yeah.
So I was just like, I'm done with this. I don't want to be here anymore, but I stuck it out, obviously. But So when I saw that, I didn't really, I wasn't reminded of how much I love musicals.
Sure, yeah.
But being in New York and seeing the plays on Broadway, and then seeing all of the different plays that are going on right now, the different musicals, I just fell in love again. I was like, oh, it's only a 3-hour train ride if you take the Acela, 4 hours if you take normal. So Jason and I are already like, you know what? We should just come up, like take the early train in, do a matinee, have dinner, and come back.
Yeah. Which train did y'all take? The 3-hour or 4-hour?
We took the Acela. It was it was about 3.5 hours, all said and done. It can get up to, my understanding is the Acela can get up to 160 miles an hour.
Whoa!
However, the infrastructure doesn't always support that.
Oh, yeah,
so there's only certain places where the train can hit those top speeds.
Yeah.
Most of the time you're averaging around 100 miles an hour.
That's still fast.
It's still faster than what you can do on a freeway legally.
Yep.
I said legally.
That's
I know some of y'all be doing that.
Lord, I hope not.
What size is your Caterpillar cutting mat? Do you recommend? You know what? I have it right here. It's just not charged, and I don't have a spare cord to plug it in. So I've not been using it over here, but I have it, and I love it for FPP or anything where I need to see something with some light. So, well, you know, we can try. They're saying they missed the shot of the 3 cameras with the beautiful red sewing machine. We're going to try.
We're going to see what happens.
But last week when I did this, the technology just completely stopped working. I think I've got a temporary fix in place, so hopefully that should work. But next time you guys join me for a live stream, I will have updated technology, and that shouldn't be a problem anymore. Shelly says the train is the way to go. Driving in New York City is a pain.
Oh my
agree.
gosh, I can't imagine driving in New York. No, thank you.
So somebody was asking, what is the size of this? I have 11 by 16. So I think it's the biggest size, the biggest side. Katie said she can get us to Raleigh in 3 hours. That sounds like a challenge.
That does sound like
You're coming from Atlanta, Bill. I don't think that's true. Now, if I've done everything correctly, this 13-inch strip that I cut should fit right in the middle of here perfectly. It should be the same width as my block. So I'm going to sew this on. I'm going to pray that the technology keeps working. Whew. I know y'all love some Ruby. Then I'm going to sew onto my leader. I will press this over.
Oh my gosh.
When you shake it out, it's like shaking off
it
like
really,
cardstock.
It is. It really is. Like trying to maneuver it around and like trying to flex it is ridiculous.
And you know what? It's hilarious because it's night and day difference because this has nothing in it.
Yeah.
It's super flimsy. Now we'll put this in. They're like, we do love Ruby. Yes, you do. Ruby has her own little following. That's fine.
She does.
I'm her #1 fan. You can be her #2 fan.
Okay, sounds good.
Oh, no, you're #3. They're #2.
Oh, okay, cool.
Sorry. Whole story, bro.
But if I pick up your desk fan, then I am the biggest fan.
Lame. Nobody wanted that joke, Ian.
What could I say? It was a breeze.
Did I dream that you called me literally just to tell me a dad joke and then hung up the phone?
You did dream that because that did. It sounds like me, but it
I
didn't
don't
happen.
remember the dad joke. That's what's hilarious.
It
But I
didn't.
remember it was a groaner. I was like, okay.
No, didn't happen. At least not in real life. It happened in your dream,
I
apparently.
swear, you FaceTimed me and you're like, hey, hey, hey. And then you asked me the question and then gave me the punchline. And you're like, that's all I had.
Nope.
And then you hung up.
Nope.
Danelle says, congratulations on meeting your milestone. Thank you, Danelle. I appreciate that. I hit 60,000 over this past week. Super excited about that. Don't forget, Danelle, you can help people. People can help you reach your next milestone if you do exclamation selfie in the chat. And they can get a link over to your channel. All right. So this is one of our blocks. I can't remember if this is block A or B. I don't know, but we're gonna make 18 of these blocks. I've only done one. We're gonna set it aside. And now we're gonna make our next block. Our next block.
For our next trick.
For our next trick, we're gonna pull a 10-inch square. And I'm just going to pull one that I think is super pretty at random. You'll never guess which one it is. Definitely the blue. I said definitely the blue. I said the blue. Thank you. I appreciate it when you cooperate. Oh my gosh, look at that. It's so pretty. I'm sorry. As you were.
As you were.
We're going to need two 10-inch squares that are 1.5 inches by 10 inches. We're going to need two.
What?
I'm sorry. I need two strips that are 1.5 inches by 10 inches.
Oh my gosh.
Right? Let's make sure. E. Yes. Oh! No. I'm glad I looked. They need to be 2 inches by 10 inches. I only need the 1.5 inches for the other one. This one, I need 2 inches. Fine. I can do that. Not a problem. I will just go ahead and cut it. Rotary cutter. If I had a rotary cutter, where would it be?
Uh-oh.
Oh, right here. Found it.
It's not something you want to lose. Especially open.
I was going to say especially open. Get out of my head.
I think that trip to H Mart, that field trip to H Mart got you all giddy.
Oh, I got ice cream. Lieutenant Dan, ice cream. I have not ate it yet.
Nope.
So I'm not on a sugar high. I am
yet.
just on a sewing high. Let's go. Lieutenant Dan, ice cream.
Oh my gosh.
I can't. I love that movie. I could probably, I don't think I can quote the entire movie start to finish, but I can quote a lot of the movies. Run, Forrest, run! What's wrong with your legs? Nothing. Thank you. They just fine and dandy. Are you stupid or something? Mama says stupid is as stupid does. I love that movie. Gosh. Okay, I've got my 10 inches, and now I also need 13 inches. Okay, got it.
I need 2 of them. 2 of them.
Cool story, bro. Oh my God, so many people are going to be like, okay, I can't with the cool story, bro, anymore. I'm done. Bye. Becca, you had 60,000 subscribers, and now you're at 5. What happened? 5,000? No, 5. Like 0.5. Oh, I was saying cool story, bro.
They're like, I hear that enough from my children. Stop it.
6, 7.
Oh my gosh. That's the other one. My daughter Zoe is at a friend's house sleeping over tonight, and they sent me a text. It was a picture of her. They did something to her hair. Didn't cut it.
No.
No, it was only rubber bands.
I was about to say, not again.
No, it was only rubber bands. They sent a picture to me, and I just went, okay. And I was like, I don't get it. And they're like, look, and they just started like they put LOL or whatever, and I just wrote, cool story, bro. All right, so for this block, we're going to take our 2-inch by 10-inch pieces, and we're going to sew them onto the left and the right side. And because these are not directional fabric, it doesn't really matter. I just need to sew one onto one side and then one onto the other opposite side.
What?
Oh, no.
Are you out of bobbin?
Oh, no.
Are you out of bobbin?
Let me see. Wah, 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 wah. No more bobbin. Boo. But fortunately, I wound a ton of them. I'm not out of bobbin anymore.
Huh? Out of boobin? You gotta fill up your boobins.
All right. Cool story, bro.
Oh, Lord.
Stop throwing stuff, Becca. Oh, I'm not throwing anything. What did I throw? Did I throw something? I mean, I was throwing stuff last week. Or was it the week before? It was the week before because Mary was here and I kept throwing stuff. She had tidied up behind me and I was working through the project, and every time I was done, I was like throwing it over my shoulder, and you just see Mary come behind me to clean it up. She was getting a little frustrated with me. She was like, stop it.
I can't imagine why.
Remember, finished is better than perfect.
No, it's not. Finished is perfect.
Bum, ba, bum, 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 ba, bum, 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 ba, bum, bum, ba, bum, ba, bum, bum.
You're totally matching my energy right now.
I really am. I really am.
Okay. Ah!
Oh!
There goes my flatter. Cool story, bro.
Oh, Lord. Oh, boy.
Oh, this is going to be so doggone pretty. I'm excited to... Oh, I love this fabric. Oh, my gosh. Oh, my husband's home.
Is he?
Or something.
No.
Okay, it must be a ghost. The dogs are barking. It's not my daughter. She ain't here. Probably the fox outside or
Probably.
something. Or the dog in the yard behind us.
Who knows?
Mm-hmm. Okay. Once we have the 10 inches sewn onto the left and the right, then we're going to put the 13-inch piece onto the top and the bottom. And if we did everything correctly, it should be the same width as what we're working with.
Should be. Keyword.
Oh, and it is. Look at that.
Look at that.
It's almost like I had a good 1/4 inch.
Yay.
And Mary typed into the chat, I love that fabric! Okay, now we're gonna put this on here. So we're putting this really pretty frame around that beautiful block, which is why when I was separating my layer cake, I chose my big prints to be my block A, because that's retaining a lot of that really big print. This would be an awesome quilt pattern for any fabric that you wanted to highlight big prints from. So think like the Tula Pink or the K Facet or something that you want to fussy cut out. That would be amazing for this pattern. And super beginner friendly. Nancy says, Ruby's sound is so soothing. Well, it's funny because you also hear the Juki at the same time.
Yeah.
You're getting two machines. It's like dueling pianos, only with sewing machines.
Yep.
Oh, speaking of dual, sorry. That was
surprised me.
Should we tell them what we're planning for May? Do you even remember?
I don't even remember.
We're going to do a jelly roll race.
Oh, that's right. That's right. We were going to do that.
We're going to do
weren't
a jelly roll race. He's
Yeah.
going to use, I feel like we should both use our featherweights though.
Yeah, definitely.
So
definitely.
I don't know how we're going to set it up here, but it will be on my channel. It will be on a Friday night. We're going to pull out our featherweights and we're going to grab a jelly roll and do a jelly roll race.
Yeah.
We'll talk you through how we're doing it. We'll show you, I'm sure we'll both use slightly different techniques. We'll show you what those are so you can grab a jelly roll and do that with us. This is always a hit. Anytime I do a jelly roll race on a live stream, people absolutely love it. So we're going to do it again. I don't try to do them back to back to back because I don't want to overwhelm you with jelly roll races, but I do try to do them once a year or so. Which Juki do you have? I have the TL18.
It's the one I'm using.
Yep.
That you may be able to hear. Hopefully it's not too annoying in the background.
They watch Tiffany, I'm sure. They're
Right.
used to it.
Right. I don't make mine go as fast as she makes hers go, though. Oh, and I got her quilt, or my quilt, that she...
Oh, awesome. Rita Crystal Dragon Creations has become a member for 4 months. Thank you so much. Mary said she's going to use her featherweight and do a jelly roll race with us. Yay.
Oh, I got my gravity quilt back from her. She custom quilted it, and she did... Oh my gosh, it's so pretty. She did such an amazing job. I'm going to try and see if I can get it entered into the North Texas Quilt Festival. The only sucky part is it is such a big quilt, I have to put 2 sleeves on it.
Oh, yeah. All right, so these are the 2 blocks that you make for this quilt. This one looks a little wonky because of the way it's laying, so just heads up on that. But this is it. This is all you're doing. You're making 1 block with a border, and then you're making a 4 patch that you're cutting the way I demonstrated and putting a background strip in between there to add some negative space. And then if you've done everything right, both of these blocks should measure just about the same size, and you're going to start sewing them together. And the way the quilt is laid out is you're going to make 3 rows where you start with this block, and then you're going to make 4 rows where you start with this block, and you're just going to alternate them. Each row is going to have 5 pieces. So you're going to do 5 by 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. I thought it was 7. 5 by 7. And that's it. And then when you're all done, it should measure 63 by 88. So I'm probably going, since all of my pieces are just about cut, I am probably just going to take these to Quilt Retreat with me and get them finished while I'm at the lake. That means I will be finishing them on the featherweight because that is what I am going to take with me. So I'm excited about that. I wished I had more time to sew on it this weekend, but the reality is I've got other things that I need to focus on. I need to focus on my sample for our Alaska project. I need to focus on getting a project for my secret friend for our swap for a retreat finished. And all of that is going to be all that's just going to be a lot. So Jonathan wants to know, Ian, will you be binding that monster on a live stream?
Probably not.
And he'll probably be doing it at your dining room table.
Not. I'm going to be doing it at the dining table because it's a 96 by 97 inch quilt, so I cannot fit that into the small little space that I have on my Bernina. So it'll probably have to be on the Juki at the table.
Awesome. Justine says, I will do a jelly race with you using my mom's 1970 Singer sewing machine. You know what? When we schedule that, I'm actually going to call it a vintage jelly roll race.
Yeah.
Like, because that's what we're going to be doing it on.
Yeah.
They're asking, what Friday is it? Do you remember which date?
I don't
It's
off the
the
top of my
Friday
head.
after you come back from your trip. Do you have a calendar on your phone you can look at?
My trip is in. Oh, that trip you're talking about. Okay. Yes. Hold on.
We'll tell you the date in just a moment. Ray Seisinger says, hello, Becca. I think you should all embellish some kind of applique on your jelly roll quilt top. My mom did that on Christmas and fall jelly roll quilt top, and my family loved them. Maybe we will. That would be a lot of fun.
It's gonna be May 1st.
May 1st.
May 1st.
Friday, May 1st, we'll be doing a jelly roll race, a vintage jelly roll race. Ian and I will be working on our Singer featherweights. We'd love for you to join us. It doesn't matter whether you're sewing by hand or sewing with a vintage machine or a modern machine or whatever it is you want to do. We'd just love to hang out with you that night. And that will be a live stream where we're going to go until the jelly roll races are done. So the entire time that we're sewing, like I'm not ending the live stream till the center of my jelly roll race is put together.
Yep.
So, all right. Speaking of going until we're done, I'm done. But there is a question from Lily. She says, I know you mentioned the fabric, but can you repeat the line again? I put it in the description box. I don't have the tag here. Oh, yeah, I do. Kindred by One Canoe 2, but it is listed in the description box. All right. Ian,
What's up?
I'm done with the live stream because I need to start shifting into other things.
Okay.
I know my
Sounds
husband's going to be home soon, so I'm going to end here and I'm going to kick him out. You got to go home.
good. Okay. Sounds good.
You don't have to go. You
don't have to go home, but you can't stay here.
Yeah,
That one.
That's it.
That
that's
one.
it. That's it. Will it be one jelly roll? Yes, I will
Yeah.
only be using one jelly roll.
Yeah, just
Yes,
one.
I will just use one jelly roll.
Uno jelly roll.
I keep saying I'm done, and then I keep talking with you
I
guys.
know. Well,
Any
there's-
other questions? I'll sit here for a while.
Right. There seems to be more and more questions popping in.
Oh, Justine says, brilliant. It's a bank holiday over here at that time.
Oh.
Awesome. Where is over here? Where are you at, Justine?
Bank holiday usually means England, but I could be wrong. Gosh, it's crazy to me how, like, I'm looking at my fabrics and, like,
He's very frustrated with the width of fabric.
it's crazy to me because, like, there is a good, like, inch or 3 off of, two. A good inch or 2 that's different between these. And it's crazy to me because they say all of the width of fabric is the same, but it's not.
And it's from the
definitely
same
not.
line. So
It's the
he's
same
very-
line.
But what I told him is all the width of fabric is always listed as 42/44. So it's like one or the other. When I'm writing a pattern, I always assume that the width of fabric that you'll ever be able to use is only 40 inches. So, and I think a lot of fabric designers actually, or pattern writers actually do that because of what you're seeing there.
Yep. It's crazy to me. Like, it even shows up on the one behind you.
Yep. Oh, I know.
Crazy.
All right, friends, have a wonderful Easter. Have a lovely weekend. Oh, there goes Tiffany. Hi and bye.
Hi, Tiffany.
Have a wonderful holiday. Have a wonderful weekend. Don't forget, Ian and Tiffany will both be live on Sunday.
Going live at noon instead of 2.
He'll be going live at noon. Tiffany does 8 p.m. now, I think, Eastern time. I can never keep the time zone straight, but she's got her live scheduled on her channel. Check her out. There are lots of other friends here in the chat that all have YouTube channels. They've done Exclamation Selfie. You can check them out if you'd like to have somebody sew with you. Don't forget, I will not be live next week because I will be getting some downtime to recharge my creative batteries, but I will be live in 2 weeks. I don't know what I'm going to work on yet, but we'll figure it out when that time comes. Have a wonderful holiday, and I'll see you guys all real soon.
Bye, everyone.
Bye, friends. Where do I hit end? Oh, there it is.